I want to tell you a story. So it's near the end of 2022, and I've just joined a boxing gym. Now, the village that I live in is a very small village, and there's no boxing gym in it. So I actually had to go to a neighboring village, and I ended up joining my friends and all that, right? At the time, I had very long hair, right? And not only was my hair like long, I also didn't really shower a lot, so it was really dirty as well. So I'd be constantly scratching it, and also during sparring, I couldn't really see what I was doing because my hair was so long it was covering my eyes. But anyways, I was eventually forced to get a haircut by my parents. And what ended up happening was I ended up going to the barber's, sat down, said, yeah, can I get this haircut please? It looked like short, but like not very short, just like your standard kind of fade and like, standard haircut, right? They ended up giving me, now the hair you see I have now, yeah, it's short, but the haircut they gave me was like twice as short as this. Let's see here. It was way shorter. I end up just wincing as they just, when you just get the, like this has ever happened to you. You see the razor going across, and you're just like, oh shit, this is happening now. I ended up paying for the haircut, and I ended up wearing my hood back to the house. So this video is for you if like you have habits, right? Good habits, which is good, but you keep relapsing on them. You stay consistent for a while, or maybe you don't even stay consistent. Maybe you stay consistent for a bit, right? And you just fall off. Like you can't like resist the temptation. You don't have like the willpower to do it. And everyone's talking about like willpower and like discipline and all that. But it's like, yeah, you can train your willpower, but wouldn't it just be great for you to be able to do it like much easier? It's kind of like, think about it, it's like you're swimming upstream. Basically, you're doing all these good habits, right? But that requires like a lot of energy. You're more used to like doing the bad habits that you've heard from like other like self-improvement YouTubers, like video games, porn, blah blah blah. You're more used to doing that, right? The key to changing this is it's no productivity technique, Pomodoro technique, intermittent fasting, which is, I do intermittent fasting, but that's not like what gets me consistent. It's actually how you view yourself and your identity. And I know when you hear that, you might be kind of confused. What is this like wishy-washy thing, identity? Like, are you kidding me? But when you start viewing yourself differently, that's when you start doing things differently. Right now, you're doing all these habits, right? Which is nice, right? You're going to the gym, you're trying to start video games, you're trying to like, get protein in, whatever. You're kind of like, beginning self-improvement, you haven't really gone into kind of like the learning side of it yet. You're more kind of into the physical fitness side, which is great. But you don't really see yourself as the type of person yet who would work out. Like you go to the gym right now, maybe you like just start or you're still working out because you're motivated, right? Which is great. Like when I literally, the exercise that I did when I started out, I think I was like nearly 15 when I started working out. The only exercise I ended up doing was just bicep curls with a 7-pound dumbbell, 3.5 kg dumbbell in front of the mirror. That's all I did. Like literally. And I've come quite a long way from that point. But the point is, I eventually molded my identity. Because, I'm not going to say it, right? Because you obviously got to watch a bit more of what I have to say. But I managed to mold my identity so that I'd see myself as the type of person who would do those things. All the bad habits are basically related to like your current identity, or well, obviously it is. If you need this advice, if you've already done this advice, this video, you can just click on this video. But your bad habits right now is basically connected to the identity you're trying to get away from, which is the identity you currently have, which is the identity of go home from school, scroll on YouTube, do a bit of study, but do your homework because you have to, or maybe do your homework like on the bus when you go to school because masturbate, not eat your mum's dinner. Yeah, That's and anything. I'm not gonna say other things because that'd be pretty weird. But that's basically like your bad habits right now, and it's connected to your identity because you still see yourself as the type of person. Now I know you may be thinking, okay, yeah, Kieran, how do I like change this? Because you're telling me identity, 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 but you're not actually telling me how to change anything. Okay, yeah, oh, you're just waffling. Okay, yeah, calm down. I'm gonna tell you because there are two ways to adopt a new identity, and that is one, to do the tasks associated with the type of guy you want to become. So basically, just do more of the good habits, and over time, your identity will change. And number two is to change a part of yourself. Now, the only problem with number one is that you're trying to get the good habits to be easier. You're not like trying to just go through willpower, willpower, willpower. So obviously you can use the first thing of just doing it more often. But what will be really helpful for like a beginner in your kind of stage is basically to just change something about yourself. The best thing you can start with is your physical appearance, or you can do like actually no, I'll go with physical appearance. That's like the number one thing that will like shave off your old identity. Just like me, when I went to the barber, I shaved off my long hair. That was kind of like me. This is kind of getting some more spiritual stuff. I was shaving off my old identity, right, into my buzz cut. It's no coincidence that as soon as I got my buzz cut, my boxing immediately improved. I had an old channel that's gone now, 80 videos, consistent uploads, 5 a.m. in the morning. You know, obviously you don't have to get buzz cut because number one, I didn't actually ask for a buzz cut because it's awkward as fuck when you walk into school, especially when you've had really long hair. But like, come on, man, your hair is probably really long. You probably haven't showered in like, you haven't probably been showered in ages, and it's pretty scratchy right now. You at least want to like, what you want to do is you want to change something physically about yourself. I'm trying to grow a beard at the moment, and yeah, I've been into it like a week or something. I'm still trying to change my identity through physically changing myself, right? Now, I'm going to stop showing my pathetic attempt at a beard because it's not a beard at all, it's just some sideburns. But basically now, I'm not saying like get a tattoo or anything, although, you know, that's still something that could change your identity. Now, here's the key thing here. You can like get a buzz cut, you can like get a big like tattoo crossing your forehead, right? But it's not going to mean anything if you don't. See, if I just got a buzz cut, right, and I just went back to doing like my normal like bad habits, it wouldn't have changed anything. You have to associate the change of your appearance with the good habits. So you have to think, right, I'm gonna do this, change how I look permanently, but also I'm going to go on an intense spree of doing like these good habits, and eventually your like brain associates your new identity, which is like your new look, with doing good habits, because it was just at that time when you started, you know, being consistent and all that. Now this does require a bit of willpower. You don't even have to go that long, just like a week or something. But that is what is going to change your identity. As soon as I got my buzz cut, obviously it doesn't have to be buzz cut. For me, it was definitely the buzz cut. So start to think of something that you can change by yourself. Honestly, bro, like the easiest one. I should just title this video why you should get a buzz cut, but I suppose that video probably wouldn't have gotten many views. And also you might not want to get a buzz cut. I totally understand that, bro. You don't want to go into school. You know what I would do actually? Pick a time that is like the start of the holidays and get it then, so you know your hair isn't like prison inmate style shortness when you come back into school like mine. Honestly, bro, it's not really that bad. Your friends will slag you off a little bit, but like by and large it'll be pretty much fine. It's like you have this kind of like this is kind of unrelated video, but you know, you kind of over imagine how people think you. It's like, bro, people don't care about you as much as you think. But anyways, find a way that you can change your identity. Obviously, I don't think you're old enough to potentially grow a beard yet. You're probably around. You might be, but like, if you're like a younger guy, I'm 17 at the moment. I don't really make my videos for like guys in their 20s. Like good, but I just can't really relate to relate to that. So anyways, thanks for watching.